Welcome to Sage Audio. Today let's cover how to harmonize vocals with plugins. But first, if you have a mix that you need to have mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description, using basic pitch shifting. Now we don't need to use harmony plugins to create vocal parts. With a traditional pitch shifter, we can layer signals to create a complex sound. If we create an octave up, an octave below, a fifth below, and a fourth up, it's going to work well for this vocal in particular. Now if you use a pitch shifter, just use your ears and try out different combinations. Let's take a listen.
I stumble around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Note snapping duplicates. With this tuner, I have the ability to snap the signal to a distinct note. Now if I combine this function with the formant shifter, I can create various harmonies with unique timbres. The notes that you snap to will depend on the vocal's key, but you could always cycle through them to find the right ones. Let's take a listen and notice how this creates a harmony and a sound that's distinct from the last chapters.
I stumble around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
If you're enjoying the video, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. It's free and it helps us bring you more videos. Advanced harmonies with Melodyne. Melodyne gives us the most flexibility when creating harmonies from our original vocal performance. Now after I transfer the melody in, using the transfer function and pressing play, I could change the grid to the vocal's key and vary the individual notes by dragging them to new locations. Now with this plugin, you'll need to go note by note to ensure that nothing clashes, but it's a super convenient way to create any harmony that you want. Let's take a listen to it.
I stumble around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Quick harmonies with Harmony Engine. The Antares Harmony Engine may be the quickest way to create complex harmonies. Now after I select the key in the top right, the plugin has already created 4 working harmonies. If I want a more complex sound, I could use the chorus effect to introduce modulation. Now up top, I can affect the macro timings and pitch variations, as well as change the formants and the harmony levels with the 2 sliders. Let's take a listen and notice how this method also has a really distinct sound.
I stumble around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Creating harmonies with a tuner. Now this option is probably my least favorite method, but I wanted to showcase it just in case it's helpful. Now with a vocal tuner, we could isolate the tuning to specific notes, forcing the tuner to snap a note to one that harmonizes with the original vocal. Fast tuning settings are best when you're using this method, and ideally some form of note stabilization could be included as well. Let's take a listen and notice that although it has some issues, it still creates a pretty cool sound.
I stumble around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Using Logic's Vocal Transformer. I was surprised by how much I liked the sound of this stock plugin. The robotize function is a lot like the note snapping from Chapter 2. Meanwhile, the tracking options change the overall note detection, causing unique harmonies. I could also perform general pitch and formant shifting. So let's take a listen and notice how, even though it's pretty old and it is a stock plugin, we could still generate some cool harmonies from it.
I stumble around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Today's video is brought to you by Editor's Keys, a developer of shortcut keyboards and keyboard covers. Now since I use Logic Pro, I could try their wireless keyboard that showcases all of Logic Pro's shortcuts on the buttons. Or, if I wanted to keep the keyboard that I already have, I could try one of the covers designed to fit whichever computer I'm using. They also have keyboards and covers for Ableton, FL Studio, Pro Tools, and more, as well as ones designed for video and editing software. So check them out using the link in the description. Saturate generated harmonies. For the last 4 chapters, let's consider how specific effects can enhance generated harmonies. Now, saturation is a great way to add complexity to generated harmonies, as well as control their dynamics. I'll use this PSP saturator to add harmonics, in turn supporting existing notes, and even mildly generating its own harmonies. Now, since I'm distorting high frequencies, I'll turn on the plugin's oversampling function. Let's take a listen to how this plugin makes generated harmonies sound more complex and full.
I stumbled around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
If you're enjoying the channel, use the search box to watch more of our videos. Reverberate generated harmonies. Now, reverb is crucial if you want your generated harmonies to blend in with the original vocal. For this reason, I'll use this crystalline plugin by Baby Audio and try its Vox Ambience preset. Now, the ducker helps the transient cut through, while the short and wide reverb blends everything in. Let's take a listen to it being enabled, and notice how our harmonies tie into the original vocal and even sound more natural due to the short reverb.
I stumbled around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Using bus compression on harmonies. Collective compression and distortion on harmonies can be really helpful. It creates a collective tone that helps tie everything together, bring up quieter details, and blend them into the original vocal. With this Invigorate plugin from Newfangled Audio, I could introduce compression, limiting, and overdrive by moving a middle point. With the input tone section, I increased the level of the mids to drive these important frequencies into the processor. I set a quick attack and a moderate release for the processing, and some gating on the right side to clean up the harmonies and reduce artifacts. Let's take a listen to how this processor creates a powerful sound and helps tie everything together.
I stumbled around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
Modulation on harmonies. Modulation can be really helpful on generated harmonies. Now, with the Shaper Box plugin by Cable Guys, I'll introduce 4 types of modulation: side image expansion, flanging, filtering, and panning, all of which can be modulated by an LFO that I can control in this middle window manually or with some presets. Now, we'll notice that with the flanger and the filter, I can modulate the frequency of the processing, and for the panning and the width, I could affect the amount of widening and panning respectively. Let's take a listen to how this processor gives our generated harmonies a unique character.
I stumbled around in another world, feeling my way. I wonder if I will ever learn, maybe someday.
If you have a mix that you need to have mastered, send it to us to receive a free mastered sample of it with the link in the description. Thank you so much for watching.